Hi guys and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a cut crease. So I'll be showing you how to go from this to this.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
So I'm starting with no makeup on my face. However, I have done my brows off camera and I have used an orange concealer to colour correct the acne scars on my chin. So now I'm just using my concealer and applying it under my brows and then using a brush to carve them out. I always try to push the product as close to my eyebrows as possible because this makes your eyebrows look sharper. So now I'm just blending everything out so it's all even, and then I'm going to do the same to the other brow. So now I'm taking the concealer again, and I'm applying it to my eyelids as a base for the eyeshadow. So I'm just fanning my eyes so the concealer gets less wet, and then I'm going to blend it out on both eyelids. I'm going to pat in the product instead of sweeping it to push it all in. Then I'm just blending it all in, and then I'm going to do the same to the other eye. Now I'm just taking normal sellotape and I'm going to cut off 2 pieces and stick them on my eye. This is so I can make sure the cut crease has a sharp edge. Try to make sure the pieces of sellotape are symmetrical on both sides. So for my transition shade, I'm taking this light orange from this Morphe palette and I'm going to blend it into my crease. So I'm just adding more product, but I'm making sure to blend as I go because we don't want no harsh lines out here. Just make sure you keep blending the colour because it will make your cut crease so much better in the end. Like when I say I have got you, I have got you. Keep blending. So I'm taking the dark purple shade from the Coastal Scents palette and I'm just packing that into my crease. So just dab your brush into the purple and then tap the ting into your crease. So I'm just going into the Morphe palette and then I'm taking the dark orange shade and blending it above the purple. The trick to this is to put it directly above the purple and then blend upwards in a circular motion to make it look more seamless. I like to pack on quite a bit of colour in this step to make the cut crease more intense. But if you don't like adding too much colour at once, then just add little bits at a time to build up the intensity. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. So if you keep doing what I'm telling you, then your cut crease will turn out bomb and you'll have no stress upon your left breast. So I'm going back into the Morphe palette and I'm using that light orange shade just above the dark orange shade to give it a more ombre effect. And I'm going to blend it in using a blending brush. So next, I'm taking the LA Girl concealer. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking the LA Girl concealer, the same one that I used as the base, and then I'm just going to put it all over my lid. This is so I can carve out exactly where I want the crease to be. Then I'm just wafting my face again so the concealer is less wet. So now I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm carving out exactly where I want the crease to be, and I'm patting in the product. You definitely want to take your time with this part because this could make or break the cut crease. So if this is your first time, don't worry, just put the product on slowly. Then I'm going to do the same to the other eye. Next, I'm going to take this pigment mixed with a little bit of water and I'm going to pack it on in my crease the same way I just did with that concealer. Then I'm going to take this orange colour from the Huda Beauty palette and pack it on in the centre of my lid. When you use your finger, you get a much deeper colour. So I'm literally just packing this in right in the centre. And then I'm going to do the same to the other side. Then I'm going to take this lovely burgundy shade and I'm going to use a blending brush to blend it right into my outer crease. I'm just doing small motions in the outer third of my crease. Then I'm going to do the same with the other eye. So I'm going back into that dark purple shade and I'm going to use it to darken up just above where I've cut the crease. So I'm literally just using the brush to make tiny strokes and then I'm blending it out as I go. And I'm going to do the same on the other eye. So I'm just going back into that Morphe palette and I'm going to take the deep orange shade and I'm just going to blend some more. Just be careful not to blend out the entire intensity of that purple that you've just put on. So I'm going back into the Juvia's Place palette and I'm going to use that like chocolatey brown colour and I'm just going to dab it in the corners of my eyes because there's nothing wrong with a little bit of chocolate. So yeah, I'm just using a small blending brush and tapping it in the corners. So I'm just peeling off the sellotape, and then I'm going to show you how it looks so far. So then I'm taking the NYX white liquid liner, and I'm going to do a wang, not a wing, a wang. So the trick to this is to draw a line where the sellotape was. Then I draw another line to connect that to where I want it to connect on the crease. And then I draw another line to connect that to the mid part of my lash line. And then I just fill it all in. So this part kind of got cut a bit off camera. So basically what I did was I took my finger and I went into the orange shade in the Huda Beauty palette, and then I applied that to the mid part of my lower lash line. I then went back into the burgundy shade in the Juvia's Place palette, and I used my finger to apply it to the inner edge and the outer edge of my lower lash line. So now I'm just going into the Coastal Scents palette, and I'm taking this pink shimmery shade and I'm applying it right in the corners of my eyes and right in the arch of my eyebrow. So now the cut crease are done, we finished, we there, we made it, everything. And now it's time for the face. So I like my skin to be quite moist before I apply my foundation. So I'm just taking some hyaluronic acid and I'm applying it to my skin. So now I'm just applying my moisturizer, but I make sure I don't take it too high because I don't want it to get on my frontal or it will stop lifting. So now I'm just going to take my Real Technique sponge and I'm going to apply my foundation all over my face. The trick here is to dab it into your skin and not swipe because you'll get more coverage this way. So now I'm just applying my foundation over where I've colour corrected my acne scars. Because it is a full coverage, it does cover it quite well. So now I'm just taking my Huda Beauty foundation and I'm also applying it on my chin, but then also a bit on my face as well. The coverage on this foundation is so full, like it's like literally fuller than full. If you're wearing a wig like me, try not to make the foundation touch the frontal because it will make it stand out more, and that's not what you want, sis. That is not what you want. Then I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer and I'm just applying it under my eyes. So now I'm just taking the tiniest bit of the yellow shade just to brighten up my under eyes. So by this time, I was like, why the hell am I still sat in silence? So I put some music on and then started blending in my highlight. So once again, I'm just patting it in to make sure everything's all blended and even, you know. And then any extra bits, I'm just applying it on my chin. So now I just take my LA Girl Pro Concealer again, but this time in my contour shade. And then I'm just going to make the duck face and apply it down that line on my cheek. And don't worry, if you've got a little bit of extra flesh like me, where the line isn't as pronounced, we've got to work with what we've got, sis. We've got to work with what we've got. So now I'm just taking a flat top brush and I'm using it to blend in the contour. I'm just doing small upwards circular motions. So now I'm just taking this small makeup sponge that I got from Primark and I'm just using it to blend in the powder so I can bake my face. So what you've got to do is use the sponge to push in the product into the skin. So now I'm just using the powder to carve out my cheekbones, but I'm making sure not to apply too much product because I don't want my skin to be looking ashy. Like, that might be my name, but that's not my game. Oh, grr. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit on my chinny chin, can't forget about that, and then apply some to any areas that I may have missed. Okay, not gonna lie, while I was baking my face, the music was getting lit, like the music was fully talking to me. I was loving it. Now I'm just going to take a large powder brush and I'm just going to brush off all the powder. For the powder under my cheeks, I'm going to brush it upwards in circular motions because I don't want any harsh lines. When I say I'm going to blend the ting, I'm going to blend the ting, you get me? So I'm just tapping any excess on my forehead. So I'm just going back into the Morphe palette and I'm taking a brown shade on a small powder brush and then I'm just going to use it to just go over the contour on my cheeks. I don't really want a harsh contour on my forehead, so I'm just applying any excess product here. So I'm just going into my Revolution highlighter palette, and then I'm going to use a large fan brush to highlight my cheekbones. Now my trick to applying highlighter is to apply it multiple ways. So I kind of apply it like a cross hatch or like a cross stitching pattern. Just try to apply little by little because it's easy to add more highlight, but it's hard to take it away. No, but just how good this highlighter is, right? When I tell you I am coming for wigs, when I tell you I am coming for edges, this is the highlighter that I'll be wearing, and that is that on that. And the best thing about this palette is it's literally only £8. That's £1 per shade. And I know what you're thinking, there's no way. There's no way. Well, I'm here to tell you, there is a way. Then I'm going to take a blender brush and apply some just above my eyebrows and top up a bit on the apex and bridge of my nose. Now this lip gloss, I am telling you, is so good. Like, you literally can't even wear it in the sun because it will literally turn people blind. We done. WOIIYOII. Thanks a lot for watching my tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.